Does manifesting work? Is the law of attraction real? Is there really a secret? All great questions. People want proof. They want scientific evidence. Let me share a personal story so you know it works. In 2006, there was this mystic, this yogi, call him a hippie if you will, on an island in Thailand called Koh Samui. And he had this one-room bungalow on the beach. He built an outdoor sala and he would lead meditations. And there might be 4 or 5 people that came and he would talk, he would just share. And he said, you can bring anything you want to you, anything. Everything comes from inside. If you feel it, if you know it, soon your external world will mirror your internal world. Say it again. Your exterior world will mirror your internal world. And this is, we're not going to get too into the science of it, but it's not about asking or praying or wishing or hoping. It's about believing and knowing. And there was a man named Kahlil Gibran who knew, and he shared, and he said, anything I want, I can bring to me. And he held up this little booklet. You know, he'd written this book and he'd got it just printed and bound at the local print shop on this island and said, anything I want, I can bring to me. This is a true story. Well, sure enough, in December of 2006, a literary agent from New York shows up on this island and someone mentions to him that a guy named Kahlil wrote a book and they eventually meet. And it turns out that Kahlil is Kahlil Gibran. And that name may mean something to you, the book The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. And if you haven't figured out by now, that literary agent from New York was me. So Kahlil and I meet. This is just some guy, Kahlil, who wrote a book. Well, when I find out it's Kahlil Gibran, and he wrote a sequel to The Prophet, Return of the Prophet, I could see that this book had tremendous commercial potential. When I read it and the writing was incredible and the message was deep, I knew that this was going to be a big sale. And sure enough, I sold that book to the same publisher that published The Secret, and Kahlil got the book out there in the world. It was translated in multiple languages. Here it is, The Return of the Prophet by my very good friend, Kahlil Gibran. Kahlil and I are still close to this day. That is a true story of manifestation. This man who was on an island in an isolated part of the world knew in his heart, and he had an intention for this book to reach people, to find its way into the world, to be published. And that's all he did. And it wasn't this notion of, was it effortful or effortless? Well, there was effort. He wrote the book. He went and got it printed. He felt it. He believed it. He shared it with others. In some ways, it was effortless, because how does this literary agent from New York show up on this small island and find him and bring this book to the public? If you're wondering, does manifestation work? Can you really bring the things into your world? Start with your internal state. Start by truly believing, and you will see that your outer world will soon mirror your inner world. Start there. And here's the manifestation. Here's the physical manifestation of the feelings that went through Kahlil's soul and found their way to the world.